there is a very important, like you said, very important news that we want to share with everybody. So can you tell us a little bit more about this new rule
Yeah.
that's happening?
So the new rule is about COVID vaccinations and green cards. And the bottom line is that every immigrant who is applying for permanent residence is going to need to show proof of full COVID vaccination starting on October 1st. And that's because of an order of the CDC that applies to every immigration case. And there are very, very few exceptions. And so it's already less than a month away, and they are requiring full vaccination, which means both shots. For if you're doing Pfizer, you've got 21 days in between your two shots. If you're doing Moderna, you've got 28 days in between your shots. So now is the time to start planning if you haven't had your first vaccine. So I'll pause there. Do you have any follow-up questions to that, Fidel?
I do, but also Perla Lopez has a question as well. Hi, Perla. Thank you for joining us. So she's asking if it's going to be mandatory.
It is. It is going to be mandatory. So the deal is, for centuries, immigrants have had to go through some sort of medical exam as part of the immigration process. It's been in place as long as we've had immigration. It used to be that the doctor would get on the boat and inspect people, and now the process is that when someone applies for a green card, they need to submit a medical exam, and they have to go to one of the approved physicians on the list that USCIS has approved. And these doctors do a medical exam, and they're looking for things like communicable diseases like tuberculosis, for example. They do testing for that, but they're also looking for proof of vaccinations. And so this is something that has been in existence as long as we've had immigration. And there's been a list of 13 required vaccinations like measles, mumps, diphtheria, tetanus, all the standard vaccines that everybody gets as a kid, has been on the list. And essentially what this changes is it's adding the COVID vaccination to the list. And so the way that the exam functions in terms of the timeline, and the way that we do the cases is that we file for the green card. And this can be based on employment, based on family, based on a U visa, based on asylum, whatever reason that you're getting a green card. If you're abroad and you're going to the consulate, if you're here and you're adjusting status, doesn't matter. If you're applying for a green card, you have to do a medical exam and show proof of vaccination.